I did a Rumi cosplay in 3 weeks, but everywhere I look, it's still on pre-order. I'm juggling a million things right now, including planning my wedding, so making this from scratch? Not gonna happen. Let me show you how I'm making a professional looking cosplay fast, using my go-to method when time is tight. We are going to follow 3 simple steps to making the perfect cosplay. First, I am relying on trusty Amazon Prime, ordering everything I possibly can on 1 to 2 day shipping. This way we are not wasting precious time making something that we can easily buy. Second, we are going to make small but essential improvements and adjustments to all of the items that we buy so that we are not sacrificing anything in terms of details or accuracy. Third, we will hand make from scratch only the items that we really need to. I have added everything to my Amazon cart, and I'm also going to be adding the best items to my Amazon storefront. So if you want to make your own Rumi cosplay and follow along, you can easily purchase any of the items that I'm using. Okay, the first Amazon haul has arrived, so let's unpack all of this and see what we've got. First, we have the shoes. We will replace the shoelaces with this spool of black shoelace cording. So what I also need to find or get is heat shrink to go over the ends to make these into true shoelaces. Okay, first fail of the project. This was to go here on the zipper pull and on the crossy blacky part of her jacket. I thought they were gonna be like 1 inch. These are minuscule, so this is going into the return pile. I bought 2 different shirt options for Rumi. Let's compare them. Okay, here is shirt option number 1. I will say it is not see-through at all. So the double lined promise. They were right. Okay, let me try on the other one. Yeah, this one is slightly see-through. So let me try this on with the other one under it. Perfect. Okay, both of these in conjunction work. Jacket time. Okay, here's the first option. This one's cheaper by like $10 or $15. So actually, yeah, I think this option is great, but let's try the other one on just to make sure we don't like it better. Okay, I can definitely tell that this one has much higher quality sequins. Actually, it should be like here, I think. I don't know. Okay, they're both good options. I will link to them both in the description because dealer's choice. They're both good. 2 chains have already arrived. This will be the belt that goes across her shorts at her waist. It's perfect. Okay, this is also for the waist. This goes on her single hip. This part. Yeah. I like it. I have more items arriving, so I will film those when I get them. And in the meantime, let's get to work. I'm starting by making the shoes since I already have every item in hand to make those. I'm using painter's tape to block off the areas that I'm gonna paint gold. Angelus Leather Paint is my absolute favorite brand of acrylic paint for literally everything, but it is specifically designed for shoes, so it was perfect for this project. To make the ends of the shoelaces, I took some automotive heat shrink that I had just lying around, but they do make this specifically for shoelaces. It's so easy to use, and you just use a heat gun and it shrinks around the cording. Unboxing number 2. I think every item has now arrived for Rumi, so let me show you what I got. 2 separate pairs of shorts have arrived. We'll see what both of them look like. I decided to buy 2 different types of gold trim. I'm gonna use this on the sequin jacket, and I think it's gonna really add a lot of accuracy and detail to this project. And the final chains have arrived. I'm really excited to see this one. Oh, it's so cool. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, with this and the gold trim that arrived, we can definitely complete this jacket now. Untangling this thing was seriously miserable, but I finally figured it out and was liking how it was looking, but I knew that other people were gonna be wearing this costume and they were never gonna figure out how it was supposed to go and keep it from getting tangled unless I physically attached it to the jacket in such a way that it couldn't tangle, so I tacked the whole piece down. Next for the shorts, here are the 2 pairs that I bought, but they both ended up being see-through. So I ended up purchasing a skirt with built-in shorts instead. Even though this isn't 100% accurate, I actually think it's super cute, and I think real-life adult performers are actually gonna prefer wearing this and feel more comfortable. Moving back to the jacket.
To make the crossy thing across her chest, I cut out some EVA foam and covered it in this leftover sticky back resin rhinestone ribbon from my 6 cosplay. For the emblem at the center of the cross, I carved a star shape out of EVA foam using a Persona blade. I started with this water weld product for the zipper pull, but full disclosure, I did not like this product, so I do not recommend you using it. It was really sticky and not very precise. I tried to save it by curving it down as it started to dry. So I ended up covering the whole thing in Warbler. I used Warbler for the first time when I was making Harrison Dula's flight goggles earlier this year, and I am delighted by it. I can't wait to use it for more future projects. Now for my favorite part of this project, Rumi's shoulder armor. I started by sketching out the shape I wanted to achieve on 4 or 5 millimeter EVA foam and cutting it out with a Persona blade. To make the studs, I'm using extra large 12mm brads and pushing them through the EVA foam. To make the 3D details that she has on her armor, I'm using puff paint and just looking at a picture of her armor and trying to do my best to freehand the design. You can also use a fine tip hot glue gun for this instead of puff paint if you prefer. While the paint dries, I'm moving on to the armband that she has on her opposite shoulder. To make these raised ridges, I'm cutting out many tiny chevron shapes out of 3mm EVA foam. Then I'm gluing them down on the main band of EVA foam using barge contact cement. I'm using Plastidip to prime all of my EVA foam pieces before painting, and the Plastidip works well on Warbler as well. Now I can spray paint everything gold. Unfortunately though, I realized that this shade of gold did not match the chains or the trim on the jacket, so I ended up painting over the spray paint with gold acrylic paint instead. To attach the shoulder armor to the jacket, I'm sewing heavy-duty snaps onto a piece of fabric that I will then glue onto the back of the shoulder armor. I used spray adhesive first, and then I reinforced with hot glue where the snaps would be. To attach the 2 pieces of shoulder armor together, you can use hot glue or contact cement. Don't overthink it, you were there from the start when my heart became yours, don't feel it. To attach the cross to the jacket, I'm sandwiching one side between 2 pieces of fabric using hot glue so that I can then sew these pieces of fabric onto one side of the jacket. Then the other side of the cross has Velcro on it so that it can unvelcro to get the jacket on and then Velcro closed. I also have one piece of chain that clips across the body after the jacket is on. To attach the armband, I'm using Velcro to keep it closed in a loop and make it an adjustable length. And using the same method of gluing pieces of fabric that have pre-sewn heavy-duty snaps on them, the armband will then be able to snap in place on the jacket. Here is the underside of the shoulder armor, and it just snaps in place. A friend of mine owns an embroidery machine and I don't have one, so I contracted her to make the patch. At this point, I'm only about a week and a half away from my wedding, so I sewed the patch on while I'm getting my hair dyed and extensions moved for the wedding. Yes, this is where we're at.
All right, this costume is pretty much done. So I'm going to do 2 final results for this video, one as myself and one for the performer who's actually going to be using it at our first paid event for Rumi for my party character company. I'm going to meet my performer at our warehouse tomorrow, and I can't wait to see and I can't wait to show you. So I guess that's that for now, and I will see you in the final result.
Giving you the best of me, but now I'm feeling like it's all